Dearest Gentle Reader, society so adores a fairy tale, where thorns bloom and tempers turn. Maleficent now makes her debut, and this season's most anticipated scandal shall end in thorns, curses, and a story surely fit to prick your finger, if not your heart.
You ever get hooked on an idea and then just really roll with it? Well, today is the 4th time I will be making a Regency inspired dress, and today our next victim is Maleficent. Now, this dress instantly was inspired in my mind right after I finished the Ariel dress, and that's because I realized that among all the fabrics I had from the theater company, I have a lot of satins, and mixing those two elements together created this beautiful, like, villainous looking monstrosity. And today basically I'm going to be pairing a lot of those scrap fabrics together to create a gown fit for the mistress of evil, Maleficent. This is kind of the inspiration we're going for with this dress, and now that I've shown you, let's go ahead and start looking at our fabrics. Okay guys, so I left the fabrics like this in a major pile just to give you the visual that I was looking at. So this is this absolutely stunning two-tone fabric. It is purple on one side and gold on the other, and together the threads create this beautiful multicolored fabric. Now this is going to be the base for our skirt and our bodice panel in the center. Now to cover that panel in the center of the dress, look at this. Isn't that beautiful? I'm gonna use this edge right here on top of this silk, and look what it creates. Isn't that insane? For the overskirt, I'm gonna be using this mix of black gabardine and velvet. I don't have velvet with me right now, only because it's in the other side of the room and I don't wanna walk over. And I'm going to use that black lace like I was talking about to put on the two front panels, and this is what that lace looks like. And then finally, for the back of the underskirt, I'm going to be using a lot of these remnant silk pieces that I had from when I was drafting patterns for the fashion show, and I kind of just have a massive pile of it. Some of them do have markings on them though, which will make it a bit difficult, but I think if they're underneath the skirt, no one's gonna see them. The final thing I have to show you is I got these yesterday at Hobby Lobby because that place is my kryptonite. Is a really cool looking brooch for kind of right here is where I was thinking of putting it. And then we also have this really pretty black lace trim that I think I'm going to add all the way from the top of the bust to your feet. So that is all of our fabric we're using today, and now let's go ahead and cover the patterns and then cut everything out. Hey guys, so the pattern we are again using for this project is this McCall's pattern, and we are using View C, if you can see that. And I already have all the pattern pieces cut out and everything from my last project because I really only made a Regency dress about 2 or 3 days ago, so we are still very fresh. But now I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting everything out, and then from there I'll finally lay out that visual feast that you're about to see. But I'm gonna do one last thing, which is show you kind of the layout of the dress in the fabrics prior to cutting it out. So let's head over to see what that looks like. Here's the slightly more detailed look of what the dress looks like. So here's what we have. We have the skirt underlay underneath. We have my new black trim. You can't really see, but there's lace right there. This is the velvet bolt that I was talking about. And then the bodice has that brooch underneath. Man, my focus. The bodice has the brooch underneath and then the lace on top. Here's also what that fabric looks like in the daylight. Isn't it absolutely stunning? So now it's cutting time. We've gone ahead and cut everything out, and now we're going to go ahead and start working on sewing the bodice together. So we have 3 layers. We have this interfacing layer, we have the main bodice right here, which is what this is gonna look like. The rest of the main bodice pieces are over there, and then those are all the lining pieces. So I think first I'm gonna go ahead and get the main bodice put together, and then we'll go ahead and put the lining pieces together. Here's our bodice progress after finishing most of the front up. Here's what she's gonna look like. Now I'm gonna add the darts and then also add the trims before getting started on the lining. We finished all of the bodice portions, and now we're gonna go ahead and start working on the skirt. So we have all of our skirt pieces right here. We have this beautiful duotone fabric, which I'm gonna iron in just a second. We have the overskirt, which is just gonna be plain velvet, and the lace. And then we have a black skirt to put on the back of the duotone. Now, I'm not gonna lie, my energy is super low today. I don't know what it is that's making me feel this way. I think I might be getting sick, but I'm gonna try to do as little as possible and not overly push myself because I am beat, to be honest. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to get a decent portion of the train and overskirt done today, and then see if I have time to do the underskirt. Here's our little progress update. This is what the dress looks like. And now I'm gonna go ahead, because I totally spaced it, I'm gonna add the little black satin waistband around the front. And then once that's done, we'll add the brooch, and then we'll add the zipper in the back. I know that's totally out of order to what I originally said, but there's your little update. I think she looks really cool. And we'll see how this goes. So here's what our zipper looks like, and I actually decided once again to change my opinion. I think I'm gonna do something similar to what I did with the Ariel costume, which is to cover this up with some artistic pieced lace, and then add, where did it go? Add our little, my gracious. Clearly you can tell this is an off night, but essentially add the brooch in the center in a similar manner. So now that I've jumped around with 3 different ideas, let's go ahead and actually get started. Hey guys, here's the zipper attached. Now I'm gonna go ahead and sew the lining in, but I think first I'm gonna go ahead and sew those patches on. Hey guys, it is sleeve time, and now I'm gonna put together the sleeves from Maleficent, and I don't have a lot of time to finish this project, so I'm just gonna show you as I go. Well, it's that time again. Thank you guys so much for watching. We have finished our Maleficent gown, and we are headed out first thing tomorrow to take some hopefully very dark fantasy, dark romance reveal shots. So without further ado, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, like, and share, and here is our final result.
아, 자,